Most definitely. And we can still see a little bit of flex here because, the puck could still be mid. Cyber Legacy don't have the farm pick, so possibly we see them leave it a little bit of a question mark. But I'm thinking how many heroes there were remaining that wouldn't give it away on this pick. I don't think there's any way you can go, right?
No,
It's like
it
they're going
will.
to know with their farm pick what you're
Yeah.
doing.
I think one of the biggest concerns though I have is in the game that we saw Bloodseeker Slark earlier, the Slark game, they had heroes that are able to go in first, tank the rupture, like the Batrider, for example. So it made the opponent waste the rupture, waste a couple key spells that they needed to lock down the Slark and to punish this early pick. But this game, Cyber Legacy, right now, they don't really have the Legion is like he's initiate, but he's not like frontline. Puck again is counter initiation
All
and
right, you know what's
initiation as
coming.
well.
You know what I'm going to say.
Is
You
it the
know what
Kunkka?
it's the Kunka.
Is it the Kunkka? Yeah.
Got to fill those gaps.
Yeah, yeah. Like they have a big hole right now, which is the guy that can walk confidently into high ground. So, and that's gonna have to be their mid laner. So, for example, yeah, like you said, it could be the Kunkka. Also, the Kunkka does provide some counter players to Disruptor with the X mark, of course. You can X marks the glimpse to keep that guy alive, but yeah, I think it's actually I think Kunkka's probably the boy here. He's a solid overall chap to slap in this draft.
Yeah, definitely. You could go mag, but at the same time, even when you got the BKB, you got the Ags Worry further down. Before that, the Skewer gets screwed over by Kinetic Field. Definitely feels like Kunkka's a little bit better of an option for Cyber
Oh,
Legacy.
but yeah, that's the thing. They might want to ban if they want to pick Kunkka. They might. I can't talk anymore. It's been such a long day.
You've been
You might want to
salivating
ban
waiting
the
for this game.
Magnus. No, it feels bad, man. Salivating.
Waiting so
Telling the
long.
telling the guy who has a slur that you salivate. Thanks, bro.
Look, this is a day of depressing revelations. There was the fat kid
But okay,
confession earlier.
this will be. Oh, it's a
Ooh.
Mars.
Okay, this
Ooh,
spices it up quite a lot. Especially picking
Mars.
that into
Okay,
a disruptor.
no, but you know why? Because in game two, the circles are what won the game. So now they pick up the big circle. They couldn't pick Monkey King, of course. You know, it was banned, but this is the next best circle in the game. Circles are winning this series potentially.
So how do you
I
up
I,
the circle? There isn't a bigger
I
circle
like
available, right?
no. I is Magnus even banned? No, it's not. I
It's
really like
not.
Magnus right now for Hellraisers. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
solid.
the
Of
Mag
course, you then
Bloodseeker,
have
right? That combo is
yeah,
ridiculous.
exactly. You got a lot of melee boys, so it might a little bit awkward, especially when you got Puck, Mars, even Legion in the draft. But overall, if you execute, it gives you that extra element of team fight. So you don't rely on the Doom, you don't rely on this tiny. You can just have an additional source for the Bloodseeker to kind of dip in between. You know, OP over there, glimpse over there. Woo, team fight.
Were you jazz handing in that moment? It definitely
I
sounded
was.
like it.
I'm standing up right now, and I'm proper shuffling.
All right.
I
Well,
got the setup so I can move my monitor up, mic up, so I can run around as I talk about these games.
okay. Not bad. Keep fit as you go. Still
But
starving
yeah,
to eat after all this long day. Um,
plus one.
Hellraisers are struggling a bit on this one. They're definitely taking their time. They've got plenty of
Ooh,
time, but
whoa. We got to be clear here. They're not struggling. They're really using every second they got because this is a key best of one to qualify for the LAN event. So they're going to want to make sure that they don't waste it. They want to regret this last pick and say we should have picked this,
that's true.
especially when they had 2 minutes of time to think. Use every second. They can also use these minutes not to talk about the pick, but to talk about what they're going to do in the laning phase. Maybe their 5 minute rotation. They're using every second they got for potentially alternate strategies.
At the same time, you probably are in a scenario where it's like, okay, what is the golden pick? Is it a Magnus? TA probably not against something like the Slark. You want something that complements the Bloodseeker and possibly in return, right? With Blood Rage buff combos. And it might just be the Mag, all in all. It definitely off the top of our heads, it feels like probably the most solid pick you have. The Dark
Talks
Seer.
here. Nice.
Ooh,
Okay.
tiny mid.
Okay.
No, we're getting the Doom carry. And the okay, this is a different way to go doing it. You're giving Funnick one of his classics.
Yeah. It could. Well, Nyx is the carry player, so it
Oh yeah.
potentially could just be a
So,
Doom mid against them. So Mars is off lane.
but it plays similar style to like the carry Doom, right? Like the way that you kind of
Yeah.
are prioritizing this. But
This
interesting
is
they went
a
this way.
support Legion.
Oh, it is as well. Wow, this is okay. Now,
Uh,
all memes aside, China has done this a decent amount recently in the last few months, and it has a decent success rate.
all right. I'm as someone who hasn't seen it being run as support yet. I'm gonna be clear.
I've seen it. It's
Not a
pretty
fan.
dumb. It's pretty dumb that it even works. Is what I mean.
But
Like
how?
it's like
Okay,
you look at it, it's like
can you
what?
describe to me how it works, please? Because I have
It's a
no
run at
idea
you.
how
It's
this
a
should.
run at you type support. You just harass them on the lane, and then you have like the
But
dispel to
where's your
say
stun? You got maybe a jewel, but
it's all about the dispel,
Wanna-
right? It's like similar to the abandoned support logic. It's like I can heal you, I can debuff,
God,
dispel.
sounds horrendous in this game.
I mean, you say it, but at the same time, I'm pretty
Why
sure it was
have they?
Asta that was picking it a lot, and they were literally getting it first phase banned because of it.
Okay, I'm honestly ready to be shown and surprised, but
Hmm.
I honestly think that
I don't think it
they
has
could
value in
have
this
just
game, though, right? Like, there's nothing you really
yeah.
dispel.
The idea of the hero, sure. If you want to talk about some hard dispel support, sure, throw out there in the mix. But in this game, what are you hard dispelling?
Hmm. I'd rather
What are
see
you?
like maybe a
What
Mars
are you?
4 in this situation, right? Like that would even
I,
feel better.
I'd I'd like to see this Mars as a core, the Puck as a support, and this Legion as a core, and a Slark as a core.
Hmm.
Let's just keep it simple.
Oh,
I don't
sure,
want to
yeah, but if
nothing
they're adamant
fancy.
about the puck being with
Oh,
Pikachu, then like I'd rather
sure,
see
yeah.
those 3/4s switched around right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. If that's like if you had to swap and you had to keep the puck, then cool. Blimey, Cyber Legacy are really pulling one out of the bag for this final game. It might be
It's definitely
genius.
a
It might
curveball.
be utter trash, but no, we'll find out.
I mean, it's a curveball from both sides, right? Because we don't really see Doom
Oh,
mid at all. We've seen it as a carry sometimes in the one, but it doesn't really get played out of the mid lane often.
I think this is like a they might have believed that it would have been Mars mid maybe because how
Hmm.
we just described the lanes where it's like, oh, it's going to be a Legion off lane, a Puck 4. Oh, this is like, oh, Mars mid. All right, cool. We can just put the Doom mid there instead. Like this is what I think that's what they were probably discussing was
They're
okay.
outbraining
So
each
this is
other.
their lane. So if this is their lane, then we can pick Darkseid because we can put Doom mid. And then they're like, hold up, it's not. And the real question you have to ask yourself is during the pick, you had HellRaisers snap pit their heroes. They were just like pick, 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 pick. And then Cyber Legacy, they paused for a second. They were like, okay, so it is this hero here. It is the Doom mid. It is this Blood. So then they were like, all right, let's put the puck. So maybe in the very last minute, they're like, whoa, hold up. Let's put the puck mid. Let's demolish mid. And sure, we got the support Legion, but we know we're going to beat this mid lane because now they have a Doom mid. Maybe. But crikey, this Legion support is. Woo-wee.
The next level plays, and we'll have to see if it works out. That's right, not even next. It's definitely a question mark. There is potential, but like I said before, usually if you see the Legion ran as a support, it's because they have a
Potentially.
Primal Raw or
Potentially a
something like that.
question mark. There is a
Yes.
big looming question mark putting its shadow across this game right now on this Legion support. But OG whipped out the IO carry. Maybe Cyber Legacy pull out the Legion support.
I mean, you literally just act like an abandoned support. You just stand behind someone and you
Like,
press the attack them.
oh, you're really not selling it to me, mate. You're really not.
I
Like,
mean, not in this. It's never going to sell itself clearly in this type of game because there's no like hard dispel needed. It's not that you got a Primal Raw on the enemy team, right? Or, like a
oh, but he
DK
can
stun.
get.
But
Oh.
you can win this by applying your
But to be
legacy
fair,
to
okay,
them.
so now, okay, now we've had the negative phase of it over.
Hmm.
Technically, it could be kind of cool, could be, where you just chuck it onto your Slark in those kind of crucial moments, give him that extra little bit of heal. So when he is dropping low and maybe in that threshold, you chuck the heal on him, and then he's able to obviously get bonus attack speed. So rather than having to disengage, you chuck the heal, chuck that attack speed on him, and he might be able to muscle through some of these earlier fights, especially if the Slark goes for SMY Satanic build in this game. On top of this additional hill and then the save of Lich, it could become a point where the Slark is unkillable because you have the team fight of Puck, the team fight of Mars, and then the save and enable from the Lich and the Legion. So
Hmm.
I can see it potentially working in these middle to late game scenarios where they're playing cohesively, but
But
in the laning phase and those first critical rotations, it's so much easier for HellRaisers to actually execute than having some Legion who probably he's going to be like the ogre of a draft. Where think about Secret and when they draft ogre for Puppy. He's the guy walking up high grounds, got two braces and a buckler. He doesn't really care if he gets jumped because to kill him, you have to use crucial spells. This could also apply for this Legion, where he's able to walk up those high grounds. That was one of their issues in the last game. And because he's a little bit tankier, he can get the vision, find out how to start the fight, Puck then initiates correctly, and it kind of fixes one of their problems, because now they have an expendable front line.
It could be a little bit rough on the lane, as you mentioned. Like the lane phase is where it's a question mark because you are probably going to be up against this Bloodseeker Disruptor. So you're two melees against the range support that dishes out a lot of damage, and that
Hold
Bloodseeker
up.
with a big blood.
We got a level 1 smoke.
And it fails.
Instantly scouted out by the ward. The value of the Legion Commander.
Exactly. The movement speed on this hero.
No other hero could have done this. No one. Only the Legion.
Hey, not without buying boots. Not many could. And those joint the outpost, but that should reveal there's not many people bottom right now. So, all in all, who is going to get the better side of the runes? Sunny. Okay, he's scouting out what his problem is mid, and he sees it immediately. He's like, oh, just let me yoink this creep and get out of here.
He aggroes the wave though.
We're just going to TP out.
Oh
no! Oh no! Oh, it didn't come to the tree, but there's your first blood.
MVP. Chappie is back, boys.
Oh, you know what he's doing right there? He's doing what you'd expect a pos for Mars to do. He's like, okay, I'm ready to set up a kill for my other core, and it pays off. And now we've got 3 heroes up top from Cyber Legacy. Trying to force that try scenario. You didn't expect, like, just from offside the screen, you just see it. It's like, he doesn't even pin him to the tree. It's like maximum range, full calculator out.
So, whoop. Got him.
And now they're just going to punish the crap out of Darkseer. This is the weakness. Level 1.
Click him with the oof.
Just run him down. See, you wondered. And this is how. You just force a tri-lane scenario against a Darkseer that doesn't want to be there.
But this every time that Funix has played this Darkseer, he's always been against a tri-lane. And I think the laning setup from Cyber Legacy has actually been really good. Putting this Slark against the melee mid, of course, Slark crushes the melee matchups, right? And then you put Puck, Lich, and then sure, you can put any other hero in this position 4 slot. Now you've got a Legion with an Oov. That's still kill potential. Darkseer doesn't actually have a lot of strength against tri-lanes. And then Lich plus Legion, if they follow him around, he can't do any skipping. So overall, really good laning setup from Cyber Legacy.
By the way, they took it a step further because you saw Legion in when we paused at the start. He was moving towards that side of the map. He placed a sentry on the close camp. So any move Doom tries to make to find an exploitable creep is going to take twice the amount of time. And also, you're halving his likelihood to find some big thing like the crit wolves.
Like, what they've done now is they've set up top lane to be good for the Puck and make it, like, just pretty relaxing. The Darkseer's going to have to do some awkward stuff. The Puck was always going to have a good time, but now it's like, now the Legion can actually zone the Darkseer because the Darkseer didn't get that free level 2, level 3. So all he's going to do now is follow this creep wave, try and get as many denies as possible, and just be a nuisance.
Yeah, and it's only level 1 Iron Shell, so you just kind of laugh it off.
No deny, hold. What the?
Signal.
I'd have liked to see him maybe level his
deny instead of like trying to
passive in this situation.
Yeah.
But again, he did use it earlier for the kill, so that's kind of a hindsight situation. So it's whatever. Oh, Gilga
that was
looking
cheeky.
for the courier.
They knew though. But all in all, Puck just happy to sit under the tower, farm it up. You got the tangos early on to just heal you up, and oh look at that comparator. Wow. Okay, this is maybe unfair because how often has Slark ran that in the mid lane? How often? Well, okay, Sani would have ran in the mid lane, but the Slark comparison is unfair to Plantimos.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh no, it's Gilga. He's at it again. It's the courier slaying shenanigans.
Gilga back at it again with these. All he does is run around the map. Like when you got this Darkseer, he's kind of in like an awkward position in the game where he has to skip. Like Gilga has to find something to do, right?
He's coming in now. He's gonna find a lot to do. That launch toss, Chappie is getting low. Throws the spear up. He's just dead.
There you go. Really good move from Gilga actually. Moving away from this top lane.
The redeeming quality for the team right now. Yeah, those rotations on point, and that dragged pressure probably off Funnick a little bit more. Now he's up to 2. He's not really
for sure.
scared.
This Legion will just follow him though. Look at him. Look at the minimap right now. He's just got the conga line of Darkseer, a creep wave, and a Legion commander.
Yeah, so really it's just when you're looking at it from a Cyber Legacy perspective, like Puck's gonna get the farm. The Slark should be pretty uncontested. It's just how much you can get how much you can like not give rather in that bot lane, because the Mars is the one that's going to be vulnerable at all times.
Yeah,
I'm
this is the
concerned
only
about the
area-
lack of XP though. On Big Nuff.
Yeah, it's the bot lane for Dire is the main lane that they need to think about. You already know Puck's had a free time top, starts having a free time mid. It is this Mars that is one that needs the most support, but the issue is you have 11-1 Legion Commander. His rotation bot lane isn't going to be like some wow factor. The tiny disruptor Bloodseeker, now that's a tri lane. The Lich Mars Legion doesn't have a good ring to it, so you are forced into a 2-on-2 situation simply due to the fact you have a Legion.
Well, he at least got level 2 now. But now that there's 2 points in the Iron Shell, it hurts a little bit too much. And oh, yeah, that Bloodseeker, 33-14. Keep in control, but then you look at the
Stun him,
slot.
Legion.
Oh.
So that Legion was so close to stun. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, that's fine.
He is so close. He's just 4 points off having his stun. Right? Once he gets level 6, he's got a duel.
Oh my.
Got you covered, bud. Speaking of which,
Not
level 6
allowing- I'm not-
already achieved by the Slark.
I'm not allowing support Legion to identify as a BKB piercing stun support when you provide them much
I'm
damage.
pretty sure the thing I've heard said by a lot of pros is like you have to treat duel as a stun as well.
It is when you're
Yeah.
a core and you can, survive the length of the duel and maybe not give away the damage.
You're
But
tanky. Like if you duel a disruptor, it's a stun.
when you in the situation when you duel a support, okay, I can accept. But BKB piercing normally leads into the idea that you're stunning the person with the BKB.
All right, you just build all braces. That's good to go.
Okay.
It's the unkillable
I'm down for
strategy. Has been approved by many. But the slot lane is going phenomenally. 37-28.
Of course. Yes. But then as well, look at the Bloodseeker's having a chill time. He's having a nice little bot lane. Mars, on the other hand, he got that one spear on the Doom in the laning phase before the creeps got to lane, and then
He's like, that'll
other
cover
than
me
that,
for the
he's
rest
kind
of the
of-
game.
yeah.
Look at this, though. Rotation kills off Nyx, and they'll find a second
take
one.
it back.
Pikachu. That's how you make this work.
so this is it. You get your mid laner to play this.
He's dead as well.
This is okay, sure.
I mean, this is
no,
what you
okay.
expect to see, right? Is that you want to have that rotation off the back of your leverage lane.
What is the Legion doing? Please, am I missing something? He's
Okay,
sat
you know
at
what this
pool
is?
camp.
Right, so this is, I don't know if you've been following like the World to First WoW thing. They've been getting coaches now who they don't get involved in the raid, they just call things from outside. Legion's
sure.
introducing that to Dota. He's not doing anything, he's just making all the calls. He's letting everyone know what they have or haven't got.
That's fair. But I like the fact that they're moving the cores around the map. Like the fact that the Puck made the move bottom, got a kill, took off a little bit of pressure from Mars, and now the Mars can just freely sit top. Like the Doom had to move top to save his game, but he will get zoned from the Legion and the Mars. So in fairness, Legacy, Cyber Legacy, sorry, have that like the lane setups and their movements right now are enabling their cores. Not so much their supports, reference Legion, but overall they are at least enabling the rest of the important heroes right now.
All right, here we go. Here's the combo. You can get the
Oh,
attack
okay,
speed on him.
Sonny, buddy.
And Cyber Legacy, they're trying to carve a legacy for Legion support as they move forward here. Just need 2 more
Stun it.
This will be erased from the legacy books of this team. Pikachu, whoop, trying to get away, but they see you all so clearly now. And he has got the phase shift.
Dodge.
But no mana. He's got the sticks. It's not worth it though. He could actually go for the deny.
He's dead.
Do you not think he could get the deny? Because he would have the Waning Rift for the high ground. Maybe.
Nah, he's dead.
I mean, he's dead now. Thank you, Mr. Factual Man.
Non-factor. Let's not be too specific, eh? If he tread switched into dropping his thing and then used the stick and then got his...
Oh no, I was just thinking he sticks and then just uses his mini blink dagger.
Yeah.
Diorara.
Do love the mini blink.
Oh,
Blink
too
dagger.
many circles. There you go. See, look, that's support Legion right there, scared off Nyx. And now, because of that, Miposhka's going to die. See, if it wasn't for that proc, wouldn't have had the damage. Oh, hello. That's a level 5 mid, by the way. You wouldn't believe it unless you saw it. And you won't see it for long, because he should be going down. But Avalanche trying to buy some time. Shadow Dance, however, allows them to chase down and kill off Kaysani. That's
This
that's
Slark is
free
honestly
permanent.
making sure this Doom hates himself right now. He is following him from lane to jungle to lane. Like, he is making sure this Doom's like, you are not having a game. This is a 5k net worth Slark right now. He is having the time of his life in this game.
All you can hear is just, like Doom at this point. All you can hear is "I'll be there" playing in his ear, and he doesn't like the sound of it. It's
Like-
just so simple for him. Just follow, stalk him around the map.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, really good moves coming out from the Slark right now.
And you can already see that Puck's just staying around bot now. It's like, okay, your Bloodseeker had a good start, but it's not going to stay that way anymore. Chappie has caught up. He's up to level 6 now, and I think K-Sunny might crack it soon, but he's yet to get his ultimate. The thing that is actually his name, he hasn't got yet. Plantimos times it perfectly to get the debuff off, and Nyx is going to die. What have you now? I mean, that TP, that's just
That was the
posturing. He
combo.
doesn't
He
even
did-
have a Doom.
He did do the heal into on the Slark, so it was like, take the attack speed, Mr. Slark.
Yeah, there you go. Got to offset that
Oh,
lost health from
Chappie,
Dark Pack.
what an outpost capture. 3 seconds before it come in, Gilga using both of his stuns, so he wasn't able to block it.
And XP starvation, you know, that is how you run the Legion in, all right? We mentioned this already. They get that rotation from the Puck. Suddenly the XP starve lane is looking good. And I don't even want to know what the level comparisons are right now. We already know the Slark Doom one is grim, but when you think about the offlaners as well, it's looking up for Chappie big time.
Well, I think the key thing to take away, though, is Darkseer, we've seen it so many times before. His laning phase, the natural counter is you try lane him, you make him feel sad, he goes to skip waves, and eventually he catches up. So right now, he's in that phase where, sure, he's only 2k net worth behind, let's say, the Mars, but the ability for Darkseer to farm is so much higher if he's able to get to the lanes. The only issue is simply the Doom is trying to take the side lane, the Tiny is like farming up the mid lane, and then you've kind of got this like whatever's happening, but it's like Bloodseeker's jungling, so it's kind of a free lane. So you have an awkward spot where your Darkseer is not really in a position to actually farm a lane right now, and you do not want that on your Darkseer. He should always be in a lane pushing it out.
And the problem is that if you just rely on the Iron Shells to push alone, aren't there with it, there's plenty of ways to shove back, right? The Puck, the Mars has enough damage to clear those creeps as well.
Ooh. Legion and Lich nearly level 6. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this Legion utilizes his ultimate.
All right, well, he's tanking a lot of damage right now. That's a good start. Pikachu holding on to Dream Core right now, though. Thrown out just yet. Press the attack, tank him up further with that Frost Shield helping out so much.
I
The
just
Dream
not bringing
Core,
numbers here. They just don't want to fight this.
no, they just want to waste their time. They see how many
Yeah,
heroes are
exactly.
invested, and they just say, okay, get out. Well, now they'll go, because look, Slark just got the Diffu. This is the reason they were waiting.
Yes.
To wait a little bit before we have the Dream Call again, but it's a low cooldown spell anyway, so to save a life, worthwhile, and a 3k net worth lead, already building for Cyber Legacy. And then I guess the point is, like, usually we see Bloodseeker, and you think of it as a hero that is enabled by the aggression of other lanes. Instead, it's felt like the story of this game so far has been Bloodseeker, you're going to have to do everything for us in this early game. Is there like a switchover point that you see anytime soon? Like Doom has his ultimate, that's great, but does Darkseer want to do anything soon? Moving in. Stackstorm goes down and it misses. Oh boy. Now you have to run.
What HellRaisers need to play off? They need to play off of the combo, right? They just missed it now, but this is the combo that will allow them to potentially play.
They got him out the surge. Shadow Dance has been used.
Doom. Zoom zoom.
Toss, Gilga trying to set it up. The glimpse back as well. Plantimos gets hit up by the Doom straight away. The Raz Arena goes down though. They're trapped inside. They thought this was a play to make, but no. It just backfires straight away. Nyx, there's the duel. That's a good start. Gets himself a win. He stays alive. Tanky heroes win games. Diorara will go down. The buyback came out from Bloodseeker though. And now can he do anything with it? The Dream Call. That's a stay where you are, boy. I swear I'll hurt you.
He's so quick though. When this call ends, zoom zoom.
Yeah, they actually need to pounce to save the day. Oh, no, you don't even want to do that anymore. That's too speedy. They'll pin him to the tree.
Doesn't really do a lot of damage.
Plantimos, save a hero syndrome occurring here. And can they kill him off is the real question. Body blocks aren't good, and it's their Pikachu. Whoopsie. All right, if there was any buyback, there was any max impact as this one.
The search, the Iron Shell.
All right, Chappie, can you do it? The
Ancient Stone. Is he
they're
dying?
helping. It's not good enough, though, and Chappie, no. He's going to be stuck here. And it looks like he won't even get the deny as Funnick gets the kill. And it hasn't changed the net worth situation, but suddenly HellRaisers are able to get some kills and strike back.
the 14-minute or the 13-minute double buyback on your position 1 and 3. Sure, you eventually get the kills, but
Dire's middle
oh,
tower is
that
under
is just
attack.
showing that if HellRaisers miss their combo of the Static Storm and then the Vacuum, the fights get a little bit awkward because as soon as you rupture the slot, this Mars comes in and he uses the ultimate as like a, okay, you rupture my Mars, my Slark, but I'm
I'm a
gonna make it so
protector.
difficult for you to find him or to get to him.
Yeah.
Bignum,
It's
he's dead. Happens.
not so
You
tanky
got
at this
dove.
point.
Exactly. But yeah, this Mars pick, it really covers the Slark in a, yeah, in a pretty good way actually.
It's kind of your, you know, we said false promise. It's a nice little circle. It's a bigger circle. You said bigger is better, and it's a
Yeah.
pseudo false promise. Like, I will give you space. You'll be protected. There's no one that can get in here.
Radiant's bottom tower
I've
is
never
under
heard someone describe the Mars ultimate and this. Oh,
But
God.
you hear it and you're like, yeah,
Oh, it's been such a long
it's a
day.
save.
I'm
It's
gonna.
a save. No, it's a save. You're not arguing against this. I'm sorry. I'm having this one. All right. It's a save. You're the one that put us on the circles, T. All right. In fairness,
That is true, but I never called it a pseudo job. Crikey.
it's a save.
Dire's
False
top
promise is
tower
also a
under
save.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think we're going delirious.
I think
mate.
it's more of a save than the press the attack so far, to be honest with you.
Ooh,
Got him.
gulp.
They are deep, by the way. I was trying to get this tier 1 tat top, but you can see the same from the
They
side
have
of
the
Legacy
vision
in the
to
mid.
support this as well.
Yeah, but so does Cyber Legacy in the mid. They're going to look for the more valuable tower.
Radiant structures
Oh, and a cheeky dragon scale found. Not bad. That might
Oh,
stop
how
you from
delightful.
getting the crap kicked out of you by the Bloodseeker on low health next time.
Dire's top tower
You
is
hope.
under attack.
Do you ever feel like the Bloodseeker level 10 talent should be changed already?
Middle tower has
Like it being
fallen.
attack speed on a hero that has all the attack speed. Yeah, and pause that for. Glimpse back. Trappy. He's dead. He'll be the only one they find, though.
That was a nice little pick off. Can they turn that into anything? Probably not, because they don't really have a lot of tower hitters. So even though they get a nice pick off near the tier 1 tower, in reality, the amount of setup they have, and by that I mean literally just the puck, just because of the puck being able to prolong a potential push, they opt just to farm up the map and accept that this isn't the time for objectives right now. It is simply we get our kill, we get some more items, and then we'll play for our big combos in about 5 to 6 minutes time. That's when HellRaisers are going to probably ramp it up again.
Whereas Cyber Legacy, they need to just keep being active. They need to try and utilize this Lark's lead to find him more kills. Just that snowball factor 24/7. Problem is, at that point, it's like they're getting to the stage where they can kind of kite you out. So even more pressure on the puck to catch multiple heroes of the Dream Core. Top, they're looking at this Bloodseeker. He's getting extremely low and he's just gone. 60 seconds dead. That's your punishment for the buyback earlier. And they are still moving top.
We haven't mentioned that, by the way. Of course, you think of puck and the classic the combos, right? You've got Magnus with Skewer, and then you have the likes of Earth Spirit Kick, and now you've got Mars and Spear. So you core a hero, and then you just spear them like, woo, and they get stunned. They get broke from the coil, and Chappie has to feel the wrath of this combo to disrupt the combo once again. But
He's like,
I
whatever.
don't think he cares at this point. He's like,
Use
yeah,
my
all
spells.
right.
We're good to go.
Nice kill, bro. My Legion's jungling. I'm happy.
Wow, it really, it doesn't matter what happens with the meta. It doesn't matter what changes they make. Jungle Legion is always a thing. They might punish this Disruptor for hanging around too long. He has got wards, so she'll be able to just glimpse him away. It will reveal the vision, though. And there's the D ward. Invis rune on Gilgar as well. He has his Blink Dagger, so he can look to set up some plays. And the thing is, like, as soon as they use the Static Storm on anything but the Puck and Slark, it's just kind of like, okay, there's no way you can really contest them now.
Ooh, but
How
no,
are they gonna
actually,
try?
it's
Whoop, nope,
Oh,
dodged
they
out.
look
He
for the
should be able to
storm.
make an escape. There's the Dream Call, and off that silence, there is no way they can get him. The smoke, though. They snapped the
the
call.
instant smoke.
Are they quick enough? Spit off the mark.
Oh, A for effort. A for effort.
C
No, but
minus,
the-
C minus for score. He
Yeah,
didn't die.
but it's like he threw it. If he hit it, it'd been pog. If he didn't, cool, whatever. Like
Yeah, it was their
the,
play to make, and you escape it in the first place, really.
But no, with HellRaisers, it's like you need to lock down this Mars or this Puck. These are the two heroes that are instrumental. The Bloodseeker, all he has to think about is Rupture Slug, Rupture Slug. Unless the Slug gets SMY and Satanic, you just Rupture him, put him to a side. And then it's your Doom's job to take away either the big team fight of Mars and Puck, and then after that, you have to then hope that your combo of Darkseid Disruptor kicks in to then either lock down the other one you're missing or the supports. And at that point, your Bloodseeker runs wild and your Tiny's kind of just jumping throughout the fight. So HellRaisers, they have to really think about who they jump, because if they waste the Rupture, if they waste the Doom, the fights can get a bit awkward.
And the fragility of the spell placement means it's a bit easier for Cyber Legacy to just pick off any to dismantle that, right? Like, you can take the Disruptor, you can go for someone else. Speaking of which,
nice initiation.
Doom, everything on him.
They're throwing everything,
the Chain Frost, though. The vacuum to keep them all inside, but they're like, this is our arena. We're ready to fight, and the duel coming out, so they can't even call for Boss. And he will die inevitably, but they take the kill first. Now it's Bloodseeker's time to shine.
Oh, look at him, he's so quick.
Zoom, zoom. They're salving up. They're like, please, God, no. But there's going to be a glimpse back. Chappie is going to go down as well. And once again, the Bloodseeker is the bane of their existence in the same area of the map.
Yeah, I guess if you just static storm the Slark who's not near his team, that also works. Cool.
Yeah, I guess you could just drop all the spells on him. Yeah.
If you static storm him, you doom him, you toss him, yes.
The question is, what happens in 20 seconds, right? That's now the problem. You've used all of your spells.
But,
so
that was a good showing of HellRaisers taking the fight when Cyber Legacy just weren't ready, which is kind of what you want to be doing right now, because that's kind of what your draft thrives on. It's they're not set up. We can throw our spells, get a key kill straight away, and then move on. Like, you don't have to think about this clinical execution. If you get that surprise pick off, it kind of dismantles the whole idea of having to be thorough.
Mm-hmm. I guess the issue we are seeing, though, is like HellRaisers, they show good execution, they get some kills, but then immediately we don't see any objective afterwards, right? Which is the thing you were highlighting earlier. Is
yes,
like,
that is a constant within this game. It is the lack of what next after a team fight. It's well, we can't really go Roshan. We might be able to take it down for close enough, but in reality, it's what's next? Jungle, keep getting fat. Hope that your items allow you to then take buildings. Eventually, you might get some neutral items that allow you to have that extra little bit of oomph into objectives. But because of how the start of this game went and the lead the Slark has, it's kind of awkward because you have to use so many resources, so much HP, so much mana, so obviously just to even get through a team fight. Then at the end of it, even if you do win a team fight, are you truly at enough strength to then push further into the map?
And it's a question of whether you can scale your damage enough, because this Slark, he's looking to sustain himself. He's going for the Satanic after the Sanjin Yasha, and that will bulk him up a lot. And we saw how much damage got mitigated by the Lich.
But sorry, more importantly, this Bloodseeker, he does go zoomies in this game. He goes very quick.
This is true. This is something we have seen twice now.
Honestly, I don't really... The output of the team fight, whatever, but this Bloodseeker, you slap a little surge on that guy, he's going to woo across any fight.
Fair point. Of course, the crux is still going to be the Mars, right? That's always the catch until there's the BKBs online. Is the arena. We saw it used as a save before. That time, there were just too many heroes inside it when they finally threw it out. But if they can be the proactive ones, they can be the ones to jump a target first, is a different situation. And, well, just like I say that, irony would have it, the BKB gets picked up by the Bloodseeker, so...
Oh, no, that's look at the build on Slark. SMY Satanic. He does need it this game. It's critical. As long as soon as he gets that, as long as he doesn't get static stormed, then he doesn't really die to the rupture anymore because it's so minimal. And even if he does get ruptured, if anyone's close to him, pop the Satanic, start A-clicking, you're good to go. So the whole gimmick of Bloodseeker might be falling off pretty soon when this next time is completed.
Yeah, it comes down to a fact of can we afford to use the Doom on the Slark in these fights, or do we need to save
you might be shifting towards that, but then still you have so much status resistance. If you doom the Slark, you're gonna have to commit to winning the fight right then, because as soon as he dips out of vision, even though there's doom on him, he's still gonna run away at 1,000,000 miles per hour because you don't see him.
And things will just go chill for a moment, which does benefit HellRaisers, as they will have all their skills available again for the next fight, and the BKB is up on Kaysani as well, so double BKB, this is probably the time they want to try and make a rotation. the back of the double power spike.
This
You need
puck
to
always
smoke.
pushing out the lanes, forcing it into the face of HellRaisers.
And that just creates space for Slark because then they have to come and address that first. And he can continue to farm up, which he's built quite the lead. 13,000 net worth now at the top of the charts.
It's actually so nice. I know that GPM talents being taken away was kind of like, that's kind of sad, you know. Oh man, I'm a support player. Where's my goal? But it's so nice playing disruptive, a true sight on your kinetic field. Dewarding, like the cooldown's kind of a little bit long for kinetic field, where if you try and deward and then a fight suddenly breaks out straight away, you don't have the combo. It's kind of awkward. But if you know the game's quite slow and passive, and you're able to check those high grounds real quick with a kinetic, then it's so much value.
That's true. It's that flip of the coin, right? Like you could do this, but if there's a fight immediately afterwards, one of your big key elements is not going to be there, and all of a sudden there's an escape plan, even after you get the axe. So it's a balance.
1,500 gold away from the Satanic on Slark.
And the
Spooky times are ahead for HellRaisers.
well, the axe is still quite a way off for the disruptor as well.
It's about 2,500 if I remember correctly.
Yep, and you're talking about a disruptor that's going to farm a lot slower than Slark anyway.
Oh, you know what the best combo is, by the way? Is Slark goes Blade Mail Axe, and when he gets ruptured,
Yeah, you
he
just
then just
pounce
double
away.
pounce with Blade Mail, and then Satanic right click the creep camp so that you heal up.
I mean, you say these things. I've seen this in games. Like I think it was when we saw like Slark Mag or Slark Tiny. I think was the better one where they had a Bloodseeker and he just rushed an Ags anyway. It's like, okay, I'm tanky enough. I'll just Shadow Dance and then pounce away. It is a nuisance.
So that's the play. And then that's the play, right? So you Blade Mail, you ult, you jump with Blade Mail, so then you're still regening as you leap away. So if you lose HP, but then you never go low enough that you lose the HP regen.
Exactly.
It has to
Chappy.
play. Yeah.
Arena
Axe,
down.
Blade Mail, Slark. Let's go.
Oh, I think this is where Chappy just wants out very quickly. Toss back. You won't have a choice though. Dragged in the blood right to scare him even further into the enemy team. But nice pin on the side of the Phonic. Press the attack to get him out quickly. The vacuum. Kinetic field traps them in as well. Another Chain Frost bouncing around. The Static Storm down, but maybe on the wrong target. The BKB's been activated. They'll be able to bring one down, but Chappy's a little bit too fast. The Blood Right, they're continuing the chase. The Rupture, everything but the kitchen sink to get this kill. And they won't be punished because they see the puck bot. So they know it's safe to do this, and now they can take this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, this is what you need. You need to be able to take fights or pickoffs near towers for HellRaisers. If they don't take fights near towers, they're never going to be making moves across the river. So this is good. Gets a nice free tier 1.
Punishing the fact that Cyberdogs just didn't seem ready. And his Slark just wanted to farm still. The puck was just doing puck shenanigans.
Cyber Legacy. It's
Cyber Legacy. Cyber Legacy. It's a long day. It's fine.
Every time I go to say, I'm like Cyber. It comes across as like BM, right? But
You know,
then it's an actual
this
team.
is your,
There's
this
another
is your
team.
fault. This is your fault. You started this earlier.
I know.
I'm just keeping the mistakes
People who
going.
don't know about the other team are like, wow, this guy is like so rude towards this Cyber team. They do a rebrand, and after 2 games, he's already given them bad nicknames. How dare he?
At least we moved on from 178 very quickly. For those tuning in now, wondering who the hell Cyber Legacy is and what happened to 178, you may notice the names are the same because they got picked up by an org. Just in time for the qualifiers.
Called Cyber Legacy. That is Cyber Legacy.
Cyber, Leg, and AC. Alright. Just had to split it up because, you know, there's a temptation.
Smoke action, though. This is
word.
the bane of all of these games so far.
Into the choke point blind.
Let's go, boys.
Fontimos. No. Away you go.
See ya.
Oh, the duel coming out straight away to control him up. The
BKB
on
piercing
Nick.
duel from the support
He's
legion.
being held, but he's buying so much time. He's not going to die in it because the Frost Shield on the side. Phonic makes the best of a bad situation. Vacuums them in the turnaround. They've already lost the Legion, and the BKB won't actually help out too much. They don't even need it as they overwhelm the Slark. Well, it's definitely falling apart quickly, and look at this. The Speedy Bloodseeker. In you go, says Gilga. Find more. And on the back line, Mars, where are you going?
There's 2 things I want to highlight from this fight. First of all, that was an incredible amount of sarcasm when I said BKB piercing duel from the Legion. It is so Kappa when you duel the core. It's so bad. Anyway, second of all, yeah, when you go for the status resistance, oh man, the
Status
status resistance
resistance?
build. Yeah, God, there's so many words back to back. It's like a sentence. Sentences, they're hard. Yeah,
Mhm.
when you go SMI Satanic, sure, it's good on a slug. When you're maybe fending off the Rupture, or you're fending off maybe, I don't know, a Doom independently. But when you've got the Rupture, the Doom, and everything on top of you, there is no way you're going to be able to survive this fight. You can't get away. It's just throw everything on the Slark, kill him, and then where's their physical damage gone? This Mars has gone utility. Puck, kinda, but you got Legion. No, not really. Like, if they can kill the Slark at the start of the fight, they really lose a lot of impact.
Yeah, there's way too much split on what Legacy have to do as well, right? All the heroes they have to deal with. You saw the Mars just trying to keep one hero out of the fight. You saw the duel straight away. But it's like, then you have to use the Frost Shield and Legion to ensure you don't feed duel damage, which means you don't have that damage mitigation to protect your Slug, who is very vulnerable if he gets caught in the Static Storm, or also even in the Doom. Like, the stuns between are enough to kill him.
I really just want to see a replay of that fight where the Legion's like, guys, I got the blood. Oh, I got the blood.
He BKB'd. I've locked him down. He BKB'd. Lich, save me. Save me, Lich.
I need help.
And then Slark's like, where's my Frost Shield? Then there was the moment where Mars ends up just trapping Funnick alone. You're like, okay, this is... And if Funnick's just close enough, he's like, I'm just gonna
is that the Ags? Okay, that's the
is-
Ags coming out
wow.
and disrupting now. This is a big turning point. This is now the combo's gone from like it's a combo to now it's a combo, you know. Woof.
It is a worrying situation. And, you know, the status resistance doesn't help out at all against that. This is the other thing to keep in mind, you know, because Static Storm is an independent source. You don't reduce it. Sure, it got nerfed, so in a way it's been reduced, but 5-second window to kill the Slark. Challenge accepted is probably what HellRaisers are saying right now.
You know, also they're saying right now, Gilg was doing it.
He is. I'm sure chat is saying that a lot.
They're all doing it, you know, because yeah, the Hellraisers, they're kind of shifting towards being in a decent spot. I think Slark, BKB is such an awkward item in this game because you do have
There's
this
a Doom,
Doom and
yeah.
Rupture situation. So I think maybe a butterfly or some type of additional way of surviving through just the physical damage might be useful, but it is a rough one. It really is for this Slark at this point, just because Hellraisers, they've actually shown how to utilize the Bloodseeker against the Slark, where you pair it with another big spell, and then good luck playing Dota, Mr. Slark.
Yeah. And this is like a game where it's perfect for it because he's got the Titan Sliver as well. It's like, this was great. And then he's like, oh, hey, it doesn't matter because we don't have the means to protect me. And it doesn't matter how tanky you get, you're probably still going to feel just completely and utterly invalidated and vulnerable to this combo. And then you get to that situation where you go, okay, yeah, but when you do this, this type of Slark in this type of game, you've always got a backup plan, right? You've got another hard-hitting carry. Maybe if the Puck was like stacked to ridiculous degrees with a full Fizz build, I could agree.
Oh, look how scary but look how scary this Bloodseeker is now. Aegis, BKB, Mjolnir, Basher. This
Little bit
man's gonna be
minus armor
right-clicking
as well.
so quickly.
Exactly. It's a spooky situation. He's not vulnerable either, because not just because he has the Aegis and the BKB, but it's 2.5k HP anyway. Like, you don't have the damage to really burst him down in the blink of an eye. But you can at least duel him.
But like, I guess the saving grace though for Cyber Legacy is Hellraisers have to commit everything onto the Slug to win a fight, right? They have to Doom or they have to Rupture him. They have to layer it in some way that the Slug can't be present. Or alternatively, they have to hit the vacuum into Static Storm. So currently Hellraisers have two ways to approach a fight, and if Cyber Legacy can find a way to disjoint the execution of these spells, then as soon as those spells are on cooldown, then Legacy can run over Hellraisers. So it's kind of the battle of who goes first, who tries to drop the spell first. If they do potentially miss it, that's being towards the vacuum and Static Storm. Of course, you can't really miss a Rupture or Doom, but still, you get the point. It's Legacy need to be a little bit more hesitant to commit in heavily to a fight until they know what spells have been used.
I mean, you say you can't miss a Doom. You've clearly never seen those infamous moments where they Doom creeps or illusions and creep waves by mistake instead of heroes.
That's not happening in this game, mate.
Jump
Gilg
in, so
going in.
Blink. Where we looking? Wrong way. Let's go
up,
back.
back
It looks
again.
like we found Bignum.
Oh,
Don't worry though, he pressed the attacks. He needs
just-
life steal a lot more than that.
Like the way the camera moved away for a second, I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be such a big core pick."
Yeah,
oh,
you know
it's
what it
taking
was?
him.
It was like, oh no, this is too far. That we can't show the audience
Oh.
at home this Legion death.
Oh no, they
at
tried
Monster.
surging in the disruptor to get the. Oh, that could have been so clutch.
Oof.
So what they're doing, they're pinging the TP there because they wanted the disruptor to run up high ground and quickly get that glimpse onto that Lich TP and back in, but unfortunately, just a little bit too far away.
And now HellRaisers will back up. The Aegis is gone. They almost have the Abyssal though, and this Bloodseeker is reaching like peak destruction.
Like this Slug has to go for a BKB now because like we have to remember, right? Disruptor has the Aghanims.
Mhm.
So if the Slug doesn't go for BKB now to match that, then we have an issue. Like earlier I said maybe he goes for Butterfly or these items, but in reality, if he gets caught by the Static Storm once, he's probably gonna die instantly. So he has to go better safe than sorry and go Basher. Basher. Oh god, don't go Basher. BKB.
All in on
So
the
you can-
damage, boys. Kill them first.
Woo!
It feels bad, right? It's like those games where you see someone build a pipe in a BKB or Lincoln's in a BKB. It's like, you really didn't want to do this, especially when you've built 2 items to accommodate the status resistance situation already.
Gilga's going for a Blade Mail.
Oh. Hello.
Indeed.
I mean, sure, just don't kill me, please, and take a little bit of your uncontrollable damage back in the face.
I'd have liked to see maybe like a casual pipe maybe or something, just because there's still some trickling magic damage in these team fights, be it through the Puck Orb Waning Rift or you've got the Lich Ultimate, so something to mitigate that part of the damage could be kind of cool, but
Even a BKB, so you got
Additionally-
the in and out of between,
but
like,
the
from the Mars
additionally
and
the,
such.
the counter argument to support Gilga is simply he is playing very aggressive. So when he makes those blink plays to get the toss targets back out, if he blade mails, then maybe they will hesitate on committing to him a little bit. Might allow him to escape sometimes. So
It's a hedgehog's defense
yeah,
form, right? Like, yeah,
so that's a nice way of
still won't touch
describing
me.
it.
Yeah, it's the please
Sure.
don't touch me blade mail.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Oh, I need to
you're going
complete
to see
that right
both
there.
teams posturing. And jump in, Dream Call comes out into 2. BKB gets evaded by both of them, though. The Static Storm goes down. Plantimos
Oh,
has been
there it
baited in a
is.
little too much here. So he can't get that Shadow Dance out. He can't live long enough. The buyback will be out from Lich after he dies. The Mars Arena will slow them down, but they do not want to have to use this Lark buyback at all. And
He doesn't have it, mate.
Oh,
He doesn't have the
okay,
buyback.
yeah, he doesn't have the
Doesn't
money.
matter.
All right, this might
It's,
just be them barreling towards the base completely then. The buyback comes out from Chappie, but the arena's already been used. The duel goes out. All right, winner, winner, chicken dinner, but what do you do with it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Rupture goes out to Chappie. He won't die back, though. No diving tier 4s. HellRaisers, each of the CIS teams by now, looking back at their replays, will have learned a lesson about diving tier 4s. It's bad for anyone who's just
I
tuning
think-
in.
Yeah, Hellraisers know that now. Come on, look at them. Disciplined. They look for the dive. They start. Calm it, boys. We want to take Gilga to China. Calm it. We're gonna push this tower. I don't know how
Sounds
you
like
really
he's trying to
want to
get rid of him when you say it like that. Want to take Gilga to China? We're going to get Gilga to China, guys. That's what's happening here.
We're not doing it for Hellraisers. We're not doing it for Nyx. We're not doing it for Kasani. But we're doing it
For
for
Gilga.
Gilga.
He'll be a champion in his own rights. As they will take the first lane. Probably back off now. though.
Of course they get the Orb of Destruction, by the way. Like,
Yeah, they've been sitting on it for
very
a
nice.
while.
Yeah, I didn't notice it, and I'm like, no wonder this push feels a little bit smoother than usual.
Definitely a frustrated one. And also the quickening charm for a Darkseer. It's like, oh, all I really want to do in a fight is vacuum, surge, and just, heal people. Lower cooldown sounds good to me. And look at that Roche. It's up. It's ready.
The real question is, because you went for SMY Satanic on Slug, even if he goes BKB, where's his damage? He's just gonna he has to hit for 20 to 30 hits to get build up the agi to then potentially take this fight. And it's like, I don't think you have the opportunity to even get those right clicks off when you are getting doomed and ruptured, and then you're trying to evade the Static Storm that's gonna always be lingering, looking for you. So I honestly think that this is it's so rough right now.
Yeah.
Maybe if this Legion can get enough dual damage and transition from this position 4
Well,
into a core, then maybe, but
I mean,
I'm
at this stage of
skeptical.
the game, if that's your plan, I'm concerned. But you know, and
But
it's a
this smoke
concern.
though could be cool. This could be.
Huh?
No. Yeah. No.
But as you
It's
say,
good
you need to.
positioning. Keeping one hero up there with the.
Can they
blink
trap them
dagger,
against
you-
the wall? Mars throws down the arena, but there's the BKB vacuum in. It's like, all right, you want to play in this playground? Well, we're ready to be the bullies. Chappie goes down in the blink of an eye. Buyback comes out.
Drops
Legion
the
just
status
dropped the
onto the
found on the
slot
back
zone.
line, though. And Plantimos, the Doom is on him. Uh-oh, he's gone. 85 seconds dead. Buyback will come out. Gilgo will make his escape, and pucking too deep.
They just.
He at least got the kill on the Roche, but he will also give
And,
his life over.
No buyback on Mars. No buyback on Lich. This is your time to force it. You need to force the buyback at least. And then yeah,
I mean, you can still win the
there's
game.
nothing. You shouldn't be scared. There's nothing to be scared about. This
This
is
is looking
most
done.
likely the game.
Yeah, they're moving right now, and you know, God forbid they go into the fountain. That's the way that Legacy get back in this. But other than that, that's 60 seconds without your puck, 50 without your Mars. That's more than enough time, especially with a nice cheeky little orb destruction to get rid of all. There's the puck buyback, and they are going to back away. Surely this is a fake back. There's way too much opportunity. There it is, jumping. Gilga says smash. Bignum trapped in. No escape from the kinetic field. The vacuum can't get them both in, but Plantimos jumped on top of, surrounded on all sides. No easy escape from Satanic to try and fight back. The Dream Core play as well, but Pikachu just doesn't have the damage. No, it is Plantimos. Down to half HP already.
And that's
ran
all
through
she
and killed.
wrote.
And the GG gets called. And I mean, you hit on it, right? You reach this stage, even if you've got the BKB, even if you've got everything like that, you need like 30 seconds for the Slark to actually get enough damage together. And Legion's duel
Gilga
only
has
lasts
done it.
5.5.
We should just. He has done it, not for himself, but hit the people that believed in him. If you look at this Twitch chat, this entire tournament, they only turned up for Gilga.
Well,
There was no one ever said, "Oh,
This is
I
true.
really want to watch Funnick. Oh, I really want to watch
But-
Van Score." The chat is for Gilga. Gilga has seen that, identified that, used that energy, and they have won. But
That is true.
why the hell did I just have to watch a game with Support Legion in it? It's
It
like they
definitely
didn't want
wasn't
to
a
go.
good game for it.
Like, I fully respect people are allowed to have unique opinions and outlooks on the game. I fully respect that through those unique opinions, you get creative looking drafts.
There's going to be a
but-
but.
But when you put yourself into a position where you're flexing this Legion into a 4 role, when there is no need for this hard dispel, there is no need for this BKB piercing lockdown, like as if it's going to suddenly stop, let's say, something. It's just like, it was literally worthless. It didn't even jungle. There wasn't even a jungle life Legion commander. So I fully respect. Congratulations, both teams getting to the final. Congratulations, HellRaisers taking it. But Christ, did that last draft really
Boggle your mind. I mean, with
It
game
was
2 it was the
boggling.
gameplay, and game 3 it was the draft. You know, like they always kept something fresh and new
many.
for us. But congratulations to HellRaisers. As you said,
Yeah,
I'm
round of
sure
applause,
there
round
was
of
a lot
applause. There you
of a lot of praising and appreciation and support for Gilga in the chat. And
Yeah.
thank you to all of you, right? You guys, you came and you show us as well. I saw a lot of Kikwas and Pipigas in the chat,
No,
and
but
I know
actually,
that's
no.
targeted us.
I'm gonna take that. No, there wasn't actually. There was some slight memes, but most of the chat for these games were actually discussing interactions between heroes and if it was good or bad. This whole game, it was just the endless battle between, I think, like 4 to 5 people going, "Does Bloodseeker counter the Slug? Does Slug care about the Bloodseeker? Does Doom counter this?" And to answer your questions, guys, because you were clearly debating it, Bloodseeker counters Slug in the laning phase. Bloodseeker can annoy Slark in the mid to late game. Doom, on the other hand, he has a Doom. He dooms any hero that counters anything. You need lockdown to enable the Doom, otherwise it can just run away. For example, the Darkseer. For example, the Disruptor. So overall, you're all correct in your own independent ways, but you're also all wrong in your independent ways. There you
Well,
go.
just like many moments for me in university, I'm sure T is glad he got that one off his chest. And that does mean that we're done here, however. So congratulations to HellRaisers. They make it through.
Congrats.
And thank you, folks. You have been a pleasure to entertain. And the Dota has given you some entertaining moments. But we're done here. All right?
It's been great.
It's been
so
wacky. It's
fun.
been wild, my
It's
friend.
been like I don't know what to describe it, but
We're delusional, half delusional at this point. We're hungry. We're going to go eat. You should probably do the same. I'm sure there's more action coming
a
here
snack.
in the next few days. I believe the Dota 2 major qualifiers start in a few days. In the meantime, I think Paramatch has just kicked up on the Beyond the Summit channel. And I believe Nomad will be taking you for that action probably more tomorrow. But we're done. Thank you. Has been a pleasure. KillerPigeon and TeaGuvnor signing off.